The following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Big Pauly coming to you with some more HTFL football, Cleveland and Detroit. From Cleveland, one of the two Thanksgiving games we'll be doing this week. If I had played this out on a normal schedule, this would have been Thanksgiving week. But I wanted to show you all the brand new Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims website, or the blog site. I revamped it this morning. It's still at the same place, Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims .wordpress.com, but I have given it a new coat of paint. And you'll see there my project from yesterday, which was a new series, NBA 75-76. The first time I had done, as Ellie just comes across the screen. Ellie, let's just show you off here, huh? Let's just show you off. Okay. I'm going to try to show you all, Ellie, if I can get the right angle. That's me. Ellie wants to be color commentator so badly, and we're going to let her. Oh, there she is. Well, there she isn't. Okay, there she is. There she is, down here. She is picking an interesting spot to do self-grooming. Hi, Ellie. Hi, baby. You camera shy? Well, good. I don't have to show you on camera anymore. So we're going to be doing I guess Ellie is part of the we part, right? We're going to be doing Detroit at Cleveland. Of course, Detroit and Dallas always hosted the two Thanksgiving Day games. There we are. And I will have some exciting news coming to you all by the end of this game. Waiting for a Walmart grocery delivery, so at some point I'm going to have to stop tape and take care of that. It's 2:40 in the afternoon. It's coming 3 to 4. So you won't know because I'll just stop the tape, go get it, and then come back. Detroit and Cleveland. Cleveland a 7-point favorite as we kick off Week 12. And by halftime, right after the first half ends, I will have a surprise for you all. Ellie, behave yourself now. Don't eat my pen. Don't eat my pen. Thank you very much. Sorry, folks. Have to do a little maintenance here. I have a pen. I keep a pen and notepad here, as you probably all saw. 36 degrees. Actually, in the weather conditions book, this is going to be a game in December, and a strong wind at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland for this game between the Browns and the Lions. We had this game a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So all the games 3 weeks ago we're playing again, except we are changing the venue for all 16 games. You're looking for the pen? That's because I took it. That's because I took it, Ellie, and I have it in my pocket. And just stand by for a moment, folks. Okay, I will accept that substitution. You heard the bell going off. So Detroit against Cleveland, and I apologize for the delay. I'll play as Cleveland. The computer will play as Detroit. Here's Ellie again, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's just being very amusing right now. I'm thinking about getting her a sister or a little brother, little sister, little brother that you could watch over. Okay, folks. Sorry about all the cuteness. And we're almost set to go. Detroit and Cleveland. Ellie is about to belt me one. Matthew Stafford and Otto Graham will be the quarterbacks. Coin flip will go Detroit's way. They elected to defer, so Cleveland will receive. They will have the wind advantage for quarters 1 and 4, and Detroit will get the wind advantage for quarters 2 and 3. And stand by, folks. Stand by, folks. My order is on my way here, so stand by. We'll come right back with the kickoff. Well, sometimes in life you think you're ready for something when you weren't. So Cleveland gets the ball to start this our 56th game here on the Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims channel from the HTFL. Could we be appearing other places? We just might. More about that at halftime. Metcalf, Peppers, and Mitchell back deep. And it's going to be Metcalf from his goal line. Straight ahead to the 25, a return to 25. So your Cleveland offense. Brown and Motley are 4 and 2 receivers. They are your running backs. A motley crew, no pun intended, of running backs. Speedy and Mitchell are a 4 and an 8. Kellen Winslow Jr. is an 8. Where did I put my phone? Well, never mind. Graham, the quarterback, and he is out of Northwestern. I think he also played for a military college during the World War. Thomas, Hickerson, Mack, Petonio, and Shahrath, a 10, a 10, a 9, 8, 9. That's your starting offense for Cleveland. We'll get the Detroit defense in just a moment. Trap right, Jim Brown, 1st and 10. And Brown into the secondary 10-yard gain, just short of the first down. Defensively for Detroit, Porsche, Baker, Karras, and Brown, a 9 and 8, a 9 and 9. Those are their defender numbers. And that's your front four. Walker is a 9, Schmidt is a 10, Williams is a 7. That is your linebacker core. Dahl and Larry, both 10s. Smith and Quinn, 7 and 8. So look for Cleveland to feature the tight ends and the running backs out of the backfield for throws. Slant to Winslow, in fact, on 2nd and inches, just to prove my point. And Winslow is open, a gain of 13. Kellen Winslow Jr. Played for the University of Miami. Last week, 4 catches for 53 against St. Louis. And we'll go to Motley here, trapped to the right in the I formation. I believe they were in the base set. They were. Pick up a 5. Brown. Roger Brown making the tackle for the Detroit Lions. Detroit comes into this game 6 and 5. Cleveland 8 and 3. So Cleveland will either go to 9 and 3 on the year, or Detroit will go 7 and 5. Detroit had a whale of a game against Minnesota last week, and it's in the playlist if you want to see it. They were down 28-0 to Minnesota, came back, won 34-31. Sweep to the right, Jim Brown, 2nd and 5. Brown with it. He'll gain 2, and Williams on the stop. That sets up 3rd and 3. We'll stay in the base formation, and we're going to look for Motley on a screen on 3rd and 3. And Motley with a lot of running room, 30, 20, down to the 11, a gain of 34. That's his longest catch of the year. By the way, I wound up getting stuff for Ellie for the most part. A month's supply of cat food, because cat food's kind of hard to find. And some more cat treats, and tuna fish for myself, and some green tea, which I left out in the garage, so I'll get to that in just a moment. Brown on a dive on 1st and 10 for 11. I can get to it at halftime. And Brown up the middle, a touchdown. That from 11 yards out, and Brown goes over 1,000 on the season. It's 6-0 in favor of Cleveland. The point after, good by Groza. It's 7-0 with 10:40 left in the opening quarter. Watkins, Fennenbach, and Walker back deep for Detroit. And this winds up being a touchback. So Detroit will take over from the 20. Offensively for Detroit, Sanders and Jones, who we've seen the last few times we've had Detroit In HTFL play, a 5 and a 7 receiving numbers out of the backfield. Moore and Johnson. Herman Moore is a 10, Calvin Johnson's an 8, Charlie Sanders is a 6. Stafford, your quarterback from Georgia, has seen limited action with the Lions. I guess it's a coaching decision to use him and not Bobby Lane out of Texas. Brown is a 9, Stanfield is a 9, Glover is an 8, Sewell is an 8, and Creekmore is an 8. First and 10 for the 20. That's green tea that I have, by the way. It's not sweet tea or anything like that. So hope I don't get any hate comments in YouTube for that. Second and 10 at the 20. Love my green tea. And that is Moore, and he has running room. He goes to the midfield stripe, the 50-yard line. Last week in that thrilling game with Minnesota, Stafford threw for 309 yards, 28 for 48, 4 touchdowns, 309 yards. So the ball's at the HTFL logo, first and 10 at the 50. We're only about a month shy from football again, with the USFL getting started on, I think it's April 17. Well, it's going to be it's a Thursday night. They're going to resume play. Second and 10 at the 50 after, 37 years? So they are the latest football league to reform. Over the middle, looking for 88. That was Charlie Sanders, broken up by Darden, incomplete. Third and 10 from the 50. 9:24 left in the first quarter. I never gave you the Cleveland defense. Well, I'll have to do it on the next possession, because Baltimore is punting. And that's Earl Morrill punting, who would go on play for the Colts and the Dolphins, among a few other teams. Punted 33 yards, rolls out of bounds at the 17. Cleveland will start from there, 9:13 left in the opening quarter. Off tackle right, Jim Brown. And that is no gain. A nice tackle by the other Brown. We'll profile again, Roger Brown. Second and 10 from the 17. We started a new series last night, NBA 75-76. The first time I have ever done a season replay. Looking forward to it. How about Brown on the screen, second and 10. And Brown has it and has a lot of running room. Look at him go. Past the 50, down to the 33. Barney finally getting to him. He comes in as the nickelback. And that's a gain of 50 yards. So look at the numbers on Autogram. 3 for 3, 97 yards. They are lethal when they use that screen. Motley had a big gain on the first drive. Now Brown with a big gainer on the second. We'll go Motley's way in the I formation to the weak side, and Motley picking up 4 yards. Baker is now going to be out a few plays. So bring in Cliff Averill out of Purdue. Second and 6 at the 29. We'll go double tight, and we'll look to Marion Motley on the trap. And Motley, just a 1 yard gain. Averill, who just came in for that play as it turns out, making the tackle. It's 3rd and 5 at the 28. Let's go to Winslow on the short cross. Will he be standing on the corner? No, an incompletion. So a 45-yard field goal here for Matt Barr with a very strong wind at his back to make it 10-0. And he's got it. 10-0 with 6:43 to go. Just picked up You Are Looking Live on Kindle, the book about the start of the NFL Today pregame show that changed television and how pregames are covered. You know, they started in 75, way before cable or the internet, and you had to get your information in the sports world by your local paper. Maybe you had a subscription to the Sporting News or something like that. Watkins, Fennenbach, Walker, again back deep for Detroit. And this is going to be a touchback. 6:43 to go. Recording date, by the way, March 21, 2022. 5 games coming to you this week on the Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims channel. And I'm just going to leave that hanging there for a little bit. Defensively for Cleveland, it's Ford, Burnett, Rimkus, and Shirk, a 9.899 defender ratings. Those are your front four. Banks is a 9, Johnson is a 9, Matthews is an 8. It's 9.88, I beg your pardon. Johnson's an 8, Matthews is an 8. Dixon and Menefield both 9s, Darden and James a 9 and an 8. And that's your defensive lineup for Cleveland, which we finally get to. First and 10 at the 20. And it's Stafford giving it to Jones. We noticed this last week that Sanders was not getting the touches that he probably needs to be effective. Jones gets a gain of 8 there. In fact, Sanders has yet to carry the ball. Second and 2 at the 28. It's Jones again. He gets the first down. Former standout out of the University of Florida. Just had 3 rushes against Minnesota for 12 yards. And it's first and 10 at the 32, and we go on and play for the Lions. Stafford is sacked by Burnett, just a 1-yard loss. But the coach of the Detroit Lions, George Wilson, furious nonetheless. Second and 11 at the 31. It's Stafford in the gun, looking and finding Calvin Johnson, and they get 10 of those 11 yards. So that sacks the difference here from a first down. Third and 1 at the 41. They give to Jones again. Very interesting strategy. Cleveland was doubling Herman Moore. Minifield made the stop. It's a pickup of 4. And a first down for Detroit. 3:32, first quarter. Pitch, Jones. And this time he stood up at the line by Johnson. Mike Johnson. Feels like Blazing Saddles where you have a whole bunch of Johnsons on the field. Mike Johnson's out of Virginia Tech. Great program. Frank Beamer, their longtime head coach. Second and 10 at the Detroit 45. The give is to Sanders, no gain. So Sanders finally getting his first touch very late in the first quarter. I'm sure he's going to have a little beef with the upper management of the Detroit Lions. Third and 10 at the 45. But he can't play for anybody else because Detroit is the only team he played for. Charlie Sanders with a catch for a first down, pickup of 10. And Stafford is a little off to he's a bit rocky right now. 3 for 7 for 50 yards. And I don't mean Rocky Balboa. Ball at the Cleveland 45. It's Stafford rolling to his right, firing and finding Jones, a pickup of 8. 35 seconds left in the quarter, and no more plays in this first quarter. So now Detroit will have the wind advantage for the next 30 minutes of football. We have played a quarter, Cleveland 10 on this Thanksgiving Day in the timeline. Detroit, nothing. Detroit, 73 total yards, 13 plays, 8 of them passes. Cleveland, 130. 11 plays, 7 were rushes, but the passes that they did have were all big plays. 50 yards, 34 yards, 13 yards to Brown, Motley, and Kellen Winslow Jr., respectively. Second and 2 at the 37. The give is to Barry Sanders. He picks up 5 for a first down. Probably went to George Wilson and said, "Give me the damn ball. That's what I'm here for, right?" First and 10 at the 32 as we descend towards halftime. Gain of 2 for Jones. Johnson on the tackle. Blazing Saddles is a great movie, by the way. It was the first movie to ever feature in an R-rated film flatulence. And, of course, Alex Karras was in Blazing Saddles as Mongo, the man who punches out a horse. Second and 8 at the 30, and we've talked about Karras before. And nice run there by Jones, pickup of 20. Johnson on the stop at the 10. So Detroit not waiting till the second half to get busy. They're getting busy right now. First and goal at the Browns' 10-yard line, and Stafford has to call timeout. And that brings them down to 2 timeouts. 12:31 now left till halftime. It's first and goal from the 10. It's Stafford looking, finding Calvin Johnson. Touchdown, Detroit. So Calvin Johnson with his 8th touchdown of the season, season 2 here in the HTFL. Your extra point is good by Wayne Walker. It's 10-7. Is it Wayne Walker doing the kicking or is it Doak Walker? Let's see. Because Doak Walker could kick too. Doak Walker is D, and Wade Walker, let's see, if we go to replay stats, yeah, it's Wayne Walker. Wayne Walker doing the kicking. But Doak Walker was also a kicker, so that's why I wanted to make the point that it was Wayne Walker kicking. Metcalf back deep for Cleveland. Cleveland now going into a stiff 15 to 25 mile an hour wind. Kick goes out of the end zone by Murray with the wind at his back for a touchback. So I think Cleveland's going to run the ball a lot here. Jim Brown on the run. Just went over 1,000 yards in this game. Gain of 2. Baker, again hurt. Out a few plays. Averill coming in for him. We'll look to Motley. Pitch to the right side on 2nd and 8. And Motley slipped one tackle, couldn't slip another. Pickup of only 2, and it's 3rd and 6. And Baker, again, coming right back in. We'll go Paul Warfield's way on the slant over the middle on 3rd and 6. He is wearing 42, and that's an incompletion as the pass got to where Warfield was supposed to be before he did. And Cleveland will punt on 4th and 6. Gary Collins, no, not the actor, but the wide receiver on the 64 Browns that scored 3 touchdowns with the punt. Manley returned it 2 yards. Punt went 42, so then that will be 40. 1st and 10, Detroit, 11:22 left. Ball at the 36, so either a belated Happy Thanksgiving or a Happy Thanksgiving very early. It's 8 months away as I record this. And that was a gain of 2 for Jones. Darden making the tackle. It's 2nd and 8. The ball at the 38-yard line. 11:14 to go. Pitch to Sanders. Let's see what Sanders can do. He goes to the right side. Pick up a 5. Sure, Kurt. His return doubtful. So Perry, and that is Michael Dean Perry, out of Clemson, the younger brother of the refrigerator, William Perry, but probably a better defensive lineman, comes into the game. 3rd and 3 for Detroit at their own 43. Stafford overthrew Jones on the play, and now Minifield walking off. His return doubtful. So we'll see who replaces him in Detroit's next possession. We'll try to note that for you. Earl Morrill in the punt. Oh, it's a fake. And Morrill gained 2. The only problem is Detroit needed more than 2 yards. So Cleveland with the ball now. Wasn't thinking they would try a fake there. They nearly caught me off guard. Back to Jim Brown on the run. 1st and 10 from the Detroit 45. Could be a turning point in this game. And Brown picks up just 1 yard. 6 carries and 22 yards for the standout out of Syracuse. Also played lacrosse. Trap right, Motley. 2nd and 9, and Motley will pick up 2. Detroit doing a good job keeping that run game in check. And we're going to try Winslow again, short cross on 3rd and 7. And when Graham completes passes, they're for distance.
Pass interference, defense. Number 27, automatic, 1st down.
Quinn got called for the PI, so moved the Cleveland 20 yards up the field. They're at the Detroit 22. We'll go Brown off tackle right as I'm getting the trap left, trap right warnings. No gain. Baker on the stop. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Screen to Brown. And overthrow there.
Intentional grounding. Offense. Number 14, 10-yard penalty, loss of down.
They rule that Graham committed an intentional grounding. So 3rd and 20 at the 32. And we will look to, I think they'll cover Warfield. We'll go Max Speedy's way. He's got it. but short of the first. He needed 21. He got 19. Actually, it was 3rd and 20, so he needed 20, got 19. Speedy had 6 catches and for a $1.08 against the St. Louis Maroons. Barr will come in and will try a 30-yard field goal to make it 13-0, and he gets it. 7-play drive for 32 yards. It's 13-0. 13-7, I beg your pardon. I forgot the Lions had scored. Watkins back deep. Takes it at about the 4-yard line. Chugs it upfield. A gain of 21, which is going to come back as Baker called for holding. And it'll be 1st and 10 way back at the 5-yard line. So Detroit in jail looking for the governor to pardon them. Stafford in incompletion looking for Herman Moore. 2nd and 10 at the 5. With 2 wide receivers. We're going to blitz. I'm going to blitz. Send Banks and Matthews in. Instead, it's a give to Jones. Jones picks up 4. Michael Dean Perry on the tackle for Cleveland. It's 3rd and 6 at the 13. So we're down to 6:33 left in the half. Screen to Sanders. Deflected, and it found. Did it find Sanders? No, batted up by Patty. Sanders caught it, but for no gain. So on 4th and 6, we're going for the block. But instead, Metcalf can't do much on the return. A return of a yard. The punt by Earl Morrill went 44 yards, so a net of 43. 5:11 left, and Cleveland can be patient with that much time on the clock. We're going to go to Marion Motley off tackle right on 1st and 10 on their own 48, and Motley will pick up 5 yards. He's at 19 for the day, and that was his 6th carry. Pitch to Brown to the outside, 2nd and 5. And Brown held up a fumble recovered by Detroit.
The previous play is under review.
This is a booth review.
Upon further review, the runner was down by contact.
So a loss of 5. Porcher forcing the fumble. Looked like Roger Brown had recovered it for Detroit, but it gets overturned on replay. And in the HTFL, all scores and all turnovers are looked at by the booth. Otherwise, each team gets 1 challenge per game. 3rd and 9. You don't get a bonus for successfully using your challenge. So on 3rd and 9, hitch to Max Speedy. It's caught by Warfield, but he is short of the first by a yard. 4th and 1 at the 43. Well, you got Brown back there, and you got Motley back there. You know what would really confuse them if we sneak with Otto Graham? We're going to try to go for it here. 4th and a yard from the 43. And Graham, it's going to be close. He gets the first down. So move the chains. 3:19 left in the half. We'll look to Motley on a pitch right. And Motley barrels forward for 3. Roger Brown on the stop. And we'll go to the 2-minute warning with your score, 13-7 Cleveland. Cleveland with 3 timeouts, Detroit with 2. Because they used the timeout earlier. Each team still has their challenge. Screen to Brown on 2nd and 7 from the Detroit 39. Incomplete, as again Graham overthrows Brown. This time very fortunate not to have picked up an intentional grounding call. As I pick up my tee. 3rd and 7 at the 39. We'll go to Warfield on a quick slant. It got to him, and Warfield loose. He will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. 39 yards. And that makes the score 19-7. A little too early to be going for 2. So we'll send in Groza. He will successfully kick the extra point. It is 20-7. 1:36 left until halftime. Watkins back deep. taking about the 10, past the 30, out to the 32, a return of 22 yards. Brett Perryman comes in as a third wide receiver. It's Hayden who came in to replace Minifield, by the way. He's out of Florida, Joe Hayden. First and 10 at the 32, 1:27 to go. And that is a completion. Barry Sanders in the flat, a pickup of 3. And he stepped out of bounds. And that moves it to the 35 for a 2nd and 7 try. They give to Sanders. Sanders again, very quickly out of bounds. Couldn't turn it upfield, so he didn't gain anything. 3rd and 7 from the 35, 1:16 to go. And Stafford in trouble. He goes down. Loss of 4. Cleveland will burn a timeout to get the ball back. 1:08 to go. And he fumbled. Stafford picked up the fumble. And now Morrill in the punt. We didn't see who got the force there. Metcalf caught it at the 24, moved it up 6 yards. So now Cleveland can add to their lead if they so choose. 1st and 10 at the 30. We're going to look to Warfield. We have 2 timeouts, so we can go over the middle here. And Graham back. Just missed Warfield there. Larry looked like he could have picked it off, but he dropped the ball. 2nd and 10 from the 30. A screen to Jim Brown. Been very effective on these screens. And Brown with a lot of real estate again, a gain of 12. 1st and 10, we will burn a timeout immediately with 41 seconds to go. That leaves us with 1, which we're going to keep in our back pocket. Medium out to Paul Warfield on 1st and 10. Graham is 7 for 12. Now he's 8 for 13. That's a nice gain of 24 yards for Paul Warfield. His 3rd catch of the day for 71. 30 seconds left. 1st and 10 at the 34. Cleveland's going to need a little more yardage here. We're going to go Winslow on the medium out. It's completed to Brown. He got out of bounds, a pickup of 9. So now Cleveland kind of in the danger zone in terms of they're pretty much forced to have used their timeout if they don't get out of bounds. And with that in mind, we're going to try Warfield on the medium hitch, since we're going to have to burn a timeout anyway. Incomplete, looking for Mitchell, Bobby Mitchell. 3rd and a yard with 16 seconds left. Jim Brown on a dive. Detroit crowding the box. And Brown all the way down to the 10, gain of 15. Do they have enough time? They do. 6 seconds. We'll call a timeout and send in the field goal team. In Action PC football, a play could take upwards of 10 to 15 seconds, so we're very lucky to call a timeout there. Barr will try a field goal of 27 yards to make it 23-7, which he is successful at. 2 seconds left in the half. And, of course, Detroit was just here last week. They were trailing 28-0, and they came back. A squib kick taken by Watkins, and he only returns it 3 yards. So we are at halftime. Your score is Cleveland 23 and Detroit 7, and I'll be back in 1 minute. You're watching the Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. just seen it. I will be doing 5 times a week games for payhip.com. Payhip.com slash Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims will be the address. Not charging a heck of a lot. It'll just be $1 a game. But I have had people ask me, why don't you do more HTFL games? So for these next 7 weeks, I'm going to do 4 HTFL games on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. And then during the weekend, I will do a bonus project, probably HTBL, do another baseball game on Saturdays. And once we get to the playoffs, we'll do some more HTBL, probably throw in a bonus NBA replay 75-76 game. And 5 times a week, I'll be offering bonus content on payhip.com. I discovered it with the podcast Pauly Talks Wrestling. So I thought I would give it a try with this channel. I'm not looking to be a millionaire doing this, but I just wanted to offer more content at a teeny bit of a premium. So check that out, payhip.com. I will have the first video up by the end of today. If you are watching this on Monday the 21st, probably won't be up yet because I'm going to have dinner and then I'm going to do the first game will be Pittsburgh and Buffalo in Pittsburgh, by the way. And we'll do 4 bonus games from the HTFL schedule on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. And I'll probably do a bonus HTBL game on Saturday. And then when we get to the playoffs of the HTFL in May, I'll just do bonus HTBL games for you all, and we'll do the basketball project in all likelihood, subject to change. But that's how it's gonna be. Watkins is back deep from Detroit. They got a lot of work to do, trailing 23-7, but they have the wind at their backs and a nice return for Watkins out to, let's see here, that is the 37-yard line, a return of 28. And hold on a moment, folks, I just have to check on something here. Okay, we're good to go. We're good to go. Sorry about that, folks. First and 10 at the 37, Detroit in their 3 wide receiver formation still. Stafford was looking for more. Incomplete. Dixon got a finger on it. Second and 10 at the 37. Incomplete pass looking for James Jones. Third and 10 at the 37. 14:42 left to go in the third. We are just getting underway in the second half, if you just queued up to this point. And Barry Sanders caught that, a gain of 3. His third catch, but only for 6 yards. Cleveland's done a hell of a job keeping him in check, but Detroit is also kind of doing it to themselves, as Barry has only had 4 carries for 10 yards. They've been feeding the ball to James Jones a bit more. Something we don't know about, folks. That's all I'm going to say. Morrill in the punt. Line of scrimmage being the 40. Metcalf is back deep. And let's see what happened here. A fumble recovered by Banks. It was Dorney who drilled Metcalf. Stopped him right in his tracks. Recovered by Banks for Cleveland. First and 10 for Cleveland. But they got 90 yards to go to get to the end zone. We're going to pitch it to Brown on first and 10 from the 10. And Brown is loose. Past the 20, past the 25, out to the 30. A pickup of 20 yards. Cleveland not running the ball all that well. 18 carries, 80 yards as a team, 4.4. But they're doing better than Detroit is. They have 14 for 52 and 3.7. I want to go Motley's way here on a trap left. Don't forget Marion Motley, because he could be just as effective as Jim Brown can. Gain of 4. Schmidt making the stop for Detroit. Mitchell over the middle on the slant on second and 6. He's got it. That's a pickup of 13. And Larry made the stop for Detroit. You see him there. And I'm going to sneeze for a moment. It's taking me a bit. Okay, that reset my 24-second clock. You know, you ever watch a CBS basketball game from that era, and they would show the graphic of the 24-second clock, and when it had to be reset, it would go to all these random numbers before it would get to 24. It's kind of how I think I am when I sneeze. Got to hit all the random numbers before I get back to normal. Okay, 1st and 10 at the 47. Trap right, Jim Brown. And Brown, again, a big gain for Big Jim. Pick up a 17. Dahl on the stop for Detroit. And now the ball at the Detroit 36. We're going to be a little daring here. We're going to go play action long to Mitchell. Graham's going to run. Met head on by Smith. Only gained a yard. And Graham lucky to not be seeing stars after that tackle. 2nd and 9 at the 35. We'll pitch it to Brown. Seems to be getting in a rhythm, and Brown will pick up 6. And it's going to be 3rd and 3. And on 3rd and 3, we're going to go short to Jim Brown on a pass. Graham's going to run. He's going to get the first. Pickup of 11 for Otto. 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the double tight end set. And we'll give it to Motley. Off tackle left. He picks up a yard. Porche on the stop for Detroit. 8:24 left in the third. It's 23-7 Cleveland. Pitch to Brown. Keep feeding him the ball. And that's no gain. A tackle by Williams. 13 carries for 80 yards for Jim. And it's 3rd and 9. And we're going to look to Winslow on the medium hitch. And the throw, a dump to Brown, incomplete. Brown wasn't looking for it. 4th and 9. Barr coming in, kicking a 34-yarder into the wind. He's been good so far, and he is now 4 for 4 on field goals. 26-7 with 7:01 to go. And Watkins back deep. Takes it about the 5.
Holding, receiving team.
His return was 22 yards, but they get Karras for holding on the kickoff. 1st and 10 at the 11. Karras was, of course, suspended 1 year for gambling on football. 1st and 10 at the 11. And he had a brief association with, I think, the touts were called the Gold Sheet before he joined Monday Night Football. Stafford looking for Perryman, incomplete. Stafford is just 8 for 17 for 74 yards, but this is about the same situation Detroit was in, and they made that gallant comeback against Minnesota last week. 2nd and 10 at the 11, and we have something before the
defense.
play.
Number 90, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
So give Detroit 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now from the 16. 6:44 to go. And Stafford running wild. 16-yard game. James, who is the free safety, is going to have to come off. His return probable. Lewis will come in. Don Paul is the nickelback, by the way, that Cleveland is using. Cliff Lewis, quarterback, defensive back. 1st and 10 at the 32. Great admiration for these two-way players. That's incomplete. Stafford was looking for Jones, and now Stafford out of Georgia, and I think he played for Tampa Plant High School. 8 for 18, 74 yards. He played for a high school in Tampa. 2nd and 10 at the 32. Incomplete pass. Possibly
the
a
ruling
catch.
on the field is confirmed. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
Detroit uses their challenge, unsuccessful, so they lose their challenge, and they lose a timeout. They will have 2 remaining the rest of the second half. 3rd and 10 from the 32. It's Stafford. An incompletion looking for Jones. And Detroit has to punt. Their offense has been anemic to this point, 141 yards. Cleveland has 341 on the day. Morrill to Collins, not to Collins, but to Eric Metcalf. Metcalf with the fair catch, a 43-yard punt. 6:10 left in the third. And your score is still 26-7, although it hasn't been that score for that long. Motley off tackle right side. He will gain 2 yards on this 36-degree day, Thanksgiving Day, in Cleveland. And tomorrow on the YouTube channel, we will have Atlanta and Dallas. And that game will actually be from Big D, which is the traditional home for at least, well, not just at least one of the Thanksgiving games. Last time Dallas didn't host a game was 1977 when Miami destroyed St. Louis 55-14. Trap left Jim Brown on 2nd and 8. And Brown will pick up 9. Smith on the tackle for Detroit. St. Louis did host a couple of Thanksgiving Day games in the 70s. And I believe each year they hosted the game, it was an NBC game, and it was an AFC team visiting them. 1st and 10 at the 36. We'll go to Brown on a dive. And that's a pickup of 3. I've been to St. Louis before. I thought it was a nice town. Quinn makes the stop. 2nd and 7. We'll look to Speedy on the medium hitch. And instead, Graham was looking for Warfield, incomplete. 3rd and 7. 3:56 left in the quarter. We'll screen it to Brown. Already has 3 catches. Now he has 4. Does he have a first? It's going to be close. They get it. Jim Brown with 4 catches and 78 yards to go of his 13 carries and 92. So he could get 100 each way. Could get a double hundo on us. Trap left for Brown, but Detroit playing short tight. We're going to go over the top. We're going to go long fly to Speedy. Instead, it's a dump to Motley, and Motley dodges traffic and gains 12. Williams on the stop for Cleveland. 2:54 now left in the 3rd. Lions up 26-7, but they are acting like it's a 7-7 tie. Pitch left Brown on 1st and 10 from the 42. And Brown will gain 3. James and Minifield each coming back in the game for Cleveland when they are next on defense. 2nd and 7. And we'll look to Motley on a pitch right. As Cleveland tests the perimeter, and Motley with a 14-yard gain, 114 yards against St. Louis last week. Cleveland 8-3, Detroit 6-5 in this divisional contest. Top 4 teams are the division winners, and then it's a free-for-all for the last 12 spots in the playoffs. We go to wild cards after that, so all you got to do is have the best record amongst the non-division winners, and we take 12 of those teams, put them in the playoffs. 1st and 10 at the 25. Brown on a dive. And Brown straight ahead picks up 6. He's had 101 today. That was his 17th carry. He's got a pretty good chance at what I call a double hundo, 100 yards rushing, 100 yards receiving. He's getting a little tired, so we'll give it to Motley off tackle right. And Motley barrels ahead. That'll end the 3rd quarter. Now Cleveland has the wind advantage for the 4th. They lead 26-7. Detroit, 35 plays, 141 yards, 20 of those plays passes. Cleveland, 52 plays, 402 yards, 32 of their plays rushes. So that has me very curious, and they're almost 2-1 on time of possession. They've held the ball 28-56 of the 45 minutes. 1st and 10 at the 14. I think this would be a good time to try play action. We're going to go Winslow on a play action medium pass. Might catch, and we do. Touchdown, Cleveland. Graham to Winslow. Might catch Detroit off guard to finish my thought. So Kellen Winslow representing the U nicely. 32-7. Groza. That just barely goes in to the right of the left upright. 33-7. And it's really starting to look like Cleveland will go to 9-3 on the year with 6 weeks to play. Anything could still happen. Watkins back deep for Detroit. Cleveland looking like a playoff team. Will Detroit's going to be close to see whether or not they make it. So Gail Cogdill and Billy Sims coming in as Detroit will go 4 wide. And Paul and Lewis will be the nickel and dime backs. 1st and 10 for the 20. Throw and incompletion. And that was Stafford looking for more. Stafford having a terrible day. 8 for 21. 74 yards. Stafford's going to run. He's going to get the first down. A pickup of 11. James on the tackle for Cleveland. We are just beginning the 4th period. 33-7. Sanders stood up at the line by Darden. No, that's Sims, I beg your pardon. Sims also wears number 20. Wore it before Barry Sanders did. 2nd and 10 at the 31. Stafford looking for Sims with an incompletion. Nearly picked off by Darden. 3rd and 10 at the 31. The throw is to Sims. Sims picks up 5. Darden makes the tackle. So on 4th and 5, we'll watch Morrill's punt here to Metcalf. Metcalf with it. And a nice return for Eric, a gain of 10. He is the son of Terry Metcalf, who plays on the St. Louis Maroons. Because in the HTFL, that kind of thing can happen. 1st and 10 at the 40. For Cleveland, they are up 26 at 33-7 with 2:15 to go. Pitch right, Brown. I'm sure Cleveland will want to keep it on the ground as much as possible in the 4th quarter, up 26. No gain. Baker on the stop. How about Motley on a screen on 2nd and 10? No, an overthrow, an incompletion. Cleveland coaching staff is perplexed. They wanted to chew up some clock here. Now they're going to have to throw it. We're going to go to Warfield on a short hitch. Graham is 13 of 22, and now he is 14 of 23. Graham completing that one. Yale Larry making the stop. 1st and 10 at the Detroit 46. Cleveland just doing anything they want to right now. Trap left Jim Brown, 1st and 10 from the 46 of Detroit. He will pick up 3. Pushing that line back, Alex Karras making the stop for the Lions. 2nd and 7. The ball at the Detroit 43 now. Can we screen it to Brown? No. We'll go a screen to Brown. And the base formation. Oh, he overthrew Brown again. Covered nicely by Wayne Walker. It's going to be 3rd and 7. And we're actually going to keep it on the ground this time. Trap right, Jim Brown. Penalty.
Encroachment, defense. Number 60, 5-yard penalty.
Baker encroached, so it's now a 3rd and 2. Actually, we're going to stick with Jim Brown. Trap left. It's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors game. Detroit would probably think that Cleveland would go to Motley. So we just stick with Brown. He picks up 6 more yards. Baker will be out a few plays. So Averill coming back in, playing defensive end this time. Is he a defensive end? Yes, he is. So he's just playing the other side of the defensive end. 1st and 10 at the 32. I'll go Motley on a dive. 8 in the box. Doesn't matter for Motley. He'll pick up 9 yards. And it's 2nd and 1 at the 23. We'll try again. Well, actually, no. If Brown would have to score here and his odds are only 50%, he'd catch the pass. Back to Motley on a dive. Nothing real special about what Cleveland is doing. It's just Detroit not being able to stop the same play. Schmidt on the tackle, a gain of 2 and a first down. For Cleveland again, that is first down, number 23 of the game. Detroit only has 9 first downs. As a team, Cleveland 37 carries for $182. Pitch it right to Brown on 1st and 10 from the 21. And Brown will gain yardage, a pickup of 6. He's up to 116 on the day. And that'll make it 2nd and 4. I'm going to sweep it left with Motley. Get Marion the ball. Oh, he gets stood up at the line by Schmidt. Quinn, an undisclosed injury, but he's going to stay in the game. Glover Quinn out of New Mexico. 3rd and 4. And I'm just going to keep it on the ground. I'm not going to do anything fancy here. Trap right Motley. We'll see if we can get the first down on the ground. Not to be. Roger Brown on the tackle. 6:07 to go. And I'm actually going to milk the clock here down to 5:32. And they'll bring in Barr for his 5th field goal attempt of the day. This from 32 yards. This time he pulled it. No good. But it took a lot of time off the clock. We're down to 5:29 left to go in the game, unless Detroit makes a miraculous comeback, which they're capable of, but I think it's just too little too late right now. 5:29 left. It's 33-7 Cleveland. Fans starting to leave Cleveland Brown Stadium wanting to get to their turkeys. A 2-yard gain. Darden on the stop for Cleveland. And that was a check down to Sims. Stafford now just at 81 yards, 10 for 24 on the day. 2nd and 8. This is a completion to Cogdill, just short of the first down. So now it's 3rd and inches from the 32. And that was an incompletion looking for Herman Moore. Detroit will go for it. They got nothing to lose doing so. 4th and inches at the 32. That's a completion to Cogdill, a gain of 6, and a first down. 3:52 left. It's Stafford. An incompletion to Sims. Minifield is out for the game, so that brings Greenwood in as one of the corners. Don Greenwood, he will wear 85. 2nd and 10 from the 38. And a sack by Michael Dean Perry. 3rd and 17. Will Detroit learn the truth to get 17 here? 3rd and 17. That's an incompletion to Herman Moore. Gain of 4. 4th and 13 could be the last play for Detroit. And incompletion. Johnson was drilled by Don Paul. Wouldn't have mattered if he had caught it because they wouldn't have gotten the first down. 2:15 left to go, and here come the scrubs. Of course, on the HTFL, you got some very interesting scrubs who would be starters. Milt Plum will come into the game, and we're going to pull Brown and go to Leroy Kelly. We'll keep Motley in, and we'll go his way. Trap to the right side. And Motley will pick up 2. Christensen on the tackle. Detroit has gone to their scrubs, so we'll just read off their lineup right now. Hart, Green, Gay, and McCord are the front 4. We'll go to the 2-minute warning, by the way, 33-7. Wilson, Leo, and Tassos are the linebackers. Christensen, Smith, Stitz, and Barr are the defensive backs. 2nd and 8. And there's really no need to do anything foolish. Off tackle right, Kelly. And Kelly will pick up a yard. And I'm going to let the clock roll all the way down to 1:14. I have 1 timeout left. Detroit has 2. 33-7. And we're going to go to Motley on a trap left in the base formation. Motley will pick up 2. And again, I'm going to call timeout with 27 seconds left. 4th and 5 from the 30. We will send in Barr to try a 47-yard field goal. And it's blocked. Recovered by McCord. So with 22 seconds left, Detroit gets a last chance. Got a whole bunch of scrubs in for Cleveland. Long throw. Incomplete. No, actually, no. Cleveland has kept their starters in because Detroit has four wide receivers. 2nd and 10 at the 37. And the sack by Burnett, a loss of 13. That should do it. 2 seconds left. They're going to run one more play. And another sack by Rimkus. Now the game is over. And Cleveland with an absolute trashing of Detroit. It was 33-7. MVP, Jim Brown. Barr kicked 4 field goals. And Brown with the 11-yard run to get the scoring going. And the other touchdowns for Cleveland was a 39-yarder and a 14-yarder to Warfield. Team stats, 461 yards for Cleveland to just 148 for Detroit. They were kept in check all game long. And here's your player stats. Graham 14-24 for 268. He's one of those guys, when he completes a pass, it's usually for big yardage. Brown, 116 yards to lead all rushers. Motley, not a bad day, 18 for 63. Brown and Warfield each caught 4 passes. Warfield had the most yards of anybody, 85. And your leading tackler was Roger Brown for Detroit with 9. So your final again was 33-7. Cleveland improves now to 9-3. Detroit goes back to 6-6. Cleveland will now be a half game behind Chicago for the lead in the North Division. Friday, we're going to have the big game between Chicago and Minnesota. Chicago 9-2, Minnesota 8-3. Tomorrow, we're going to do Atlanta and Dallas. And by the end of the night, I should have my first PayHip game up, payhip.com/Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, no abbreviations. And Buffalo and Pittsburgh will be that game. Buffalo actually favored by 2 on the road. So we'll do that game next for payhip.com. Only $1 will get you that game. So I hope you enjoyed this Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims game on the HTFL. We'll do 5 games on this channel, 4 games on PayHip for the rest of the regular season. Till then, this has been Big Pauly coming to you, wishing you well. Godspeed, God bless. We'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.